Argentina crisol de razas means Argentina melting pot. We have the tradition of receiving immigrants in our history, especially last century, in which we received thousands of immigrants, not only from Europe, but also from Arabic countries in the world, and also from our neighbors in Latin America. This has formed as a very friendly personality. Really, we are not only open, but also interested in the other, in knowing other cultures.
Argentina is a good demonstration of how people of different cultures, religions, and creeds can live together in peace, building up a country and a home for those from different latitudes that settle down in our homeland.
I would say that from the tourist point of view, Argentina is a magnificent tourist destination. We have 10 sites considered World Heritage. Most of them are natural World Heritage sites. And we have all the type of climates and of geographies. We have lakes for those who prefer lakes, beaches, beautiful mountains, and of course, amazing cities like Buenos Aires. In 2013, both countries opened embassies. I'm the first ambassador. I came here in September 2013, and at the same time, my colleague from Qatar went to Argentina. And since then, really, many things have moved on, I think, very fruitfully.
Argentina and Qatar established diplomatic relations 42 years ago. In recent years, we have witnessed an increase in bilateral ties, reflected both at economic as well as at political level. We are determined to continue working together with local authorities in order to consolidate strong links of friendship and cooperation between our countries.
I would like to highlight that last year, during the visit of our Vice President, we signed an agreement on promotion and protection of investment with Qatar. This is very important because it's a very important framework in order that Qatar can begin studying specific projects. Try to look for activities that really link the people. And from that point of view, for me, it's very important culture, to show our culture, because one of the work you have to do when you are the first ambassador and you come for the first time to a country is to make you know as a country what you can offer. And you have to try to find things that easily can catch the interest of the other people. That's why I think that cultural activities are very important. We have not a very big, but very active Argentinian community in Qatar. We have a very good relation with our community, as it is not too big. We can be more in contact with them. When I came here to open the embassy, I received a big support from them. The most important issues in our function as diplomats is to serve our community in the country where we work. So this is very important for us, and really has been from the human side for me, has been very good experience with our community here. I think that really our community and the embassy as well are doing our best effort and giving our best in order to contribute to Qatar development.
I arrived in Qatar in 2009, January 2009, and I flew for a few years for Qatar Airways, and then I applied for the position for the embassy. I work for the consular section, and I'm the one who makes the visas and any kind of certificates for the Argentinian community, who is in touch with the Argentinian community. I love to work for the consular section of my embassy because I can give a good impression of my country for the people of Qatar and to the Argentinian community living in here. I can help to create the connection between them and Argentina. In the beginning, when I came, it was difficult for me to feel part of Qatar. It took me 1 year because it was the first time I was living in a foreign country and I missed my family. But later I got used. And as I said, the Argentinian community is really friendly and it's really easy to make new friends here. So I got used. This is my 8th year, so I'm used already to living here. I like to do the things I would like to change from my country to make it better. So I want to be more professional every day, to give my full commitment to my work, to be friendly to people who come and to be clear enough to explain all the requirements when they apply for the visa. And why do you want to go there?
Just for tourists. I heard
Is there any special region you would like to visit?
No, actually my friends, they were there and they
were in
was
Buenos
having
Aires?
very good, not in Buenos Aires, in
The
general,
south.
yeah.
Because it's the first time you are traveling to Argentina, go to the south.
Okay.
Yes. Would you like to do winter sports?
Yeah, I love that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Mas salama.
Mas salama.
Have a nice day.
You too, thank you
Bye.
very much. Bye-bye.
Thinking about Qatar, I would like to open as many doors as they opened to me when I came. They made me feel part of the country. So I would like to do the same for people of Qatar in Argentina. Living here and working for the embassy in Qatar made me a more tolerant person and patient, and actually someone who wants to learn every day. Every day I try to help someone who comes here. So when the person leaves, I try to read about it, to learn more, so the next time he comes we are better prepared. I found my husband in Qatar. Both of us are Argentinians. We used to have some friends in common, and we were friends like for 3 years. And eventually we realized that we liked each other. It was difficult because none of us wanted to spoil the friendship. We had an amazing relationship, but we took the chance and it worked. I owe a lot to Qatar because actually I found my husband here. Both of us are Argentinians. That's why I believe our relationship is special.
I came in 2010. I came to Doha in 2010, and I was living international already, and I went back to Argentina for around 6 months, and then after living in Argentina for some time, I began to get my itchy feet, let's say, and I felt like the need to go international again, and then I was looking for a job outside, something new adventures, places that I had never lived in before, and then I saw a position in Qatar, and it was interesting enough because I applied for this position, and the thing is that I didn't even know where Qatar was at, and then I applied for the position. I had the interview, everything went fantastic. I got the job, and I had to go and have a look at the map because I didn't know where I was at, where Qatar was at. It was, let's say, a really great adventure for me and my friends and family, pretty much for the community where I come from, because we all learned where Qatar was from and where we're at in the map. Every time I go back now, I tell them a little bit about the culture, everything they see on TV, the pictures and everything, and yeah, and so pretty much it's a good thing because now my community, at least, they know where Qatar is at and what Qatar is actually like now, because it was pretty much unknown to all of us. I was actually looking for new challenges. I wanted to live in a place that was new to me, especially the culture, the people around, everything. And so I started working for Qatar Foundation, and there were a lot of challenges at the beginning. And one of the things was coming to a culture that is so different from what I was used to. And because I lived in the States, I lived in the UK and in Europe, but living in Qatar is a little bit different, you know, the culture, people, everything else is different from our culture in Argentina as well. And so at the beginning, you had to, I think he agrees with me. The thing is that coming to Doha, you have to get used to, first of all, the weather, because I came in the summer and it was Ramadan, so a few things in here, just landing in here, you were not allowed to eat or drink in public spaces. So, you know, all of those kind of things were a little bit challenging at the beginning. Of course, once you know you're coming here, your mind is a little bit open, you know where you're going to, you learn a little bit about the country, and you take the culture and the new things with open arms, and that adds up to the whole new adventure anyway. Coming to Qatar Foundation, it was really challenging at the beginning, and I learned a lot from them anyway, because pretty much everybody's got a doctor's degree. So for me, it was, I'm still working towards my PhD anyway. And so just you come to an environment where everybody's so educated, highly educated, and so you got colleagues that work at a certain level, and I had to work pretty much at the same level, same pace with them, and you learn a lot from them too. But it just, let's say, you had to bring your game a little bit higher up, and that's great, and you learn a lot. So I think that it's been a fantastic opportunity for me, and I really like it. And every time I go back home and I talk to my friends all over the place, all over the world actually, they all see, especially Qatar Foundation, how big Qatar Foundation is, especially after the Barcelona deal and being a sponsor and everything. So now pretty much people ask you what is the life like in Qatar, the challenges and everything, and of course there are some things that put you up there, you know, as in you got to go through this difficulty, especially the summertime here being so hot, and you have to get used to living inside, and just the weather, you know, it's a little bit restricted sometimes, but this is the way it is, and you take it the way it is, and you take the good sides and you enjoy everything else. And in here, I got my family, you know, because I came here as a single person, and then so I got a wife, I got a son now. I grew a lot in my job. It's a fantastic feeling to be able to come to a place that is so new, so modern, so small, and it's been growing a lot. And I've been here only for 7 years, but just it's been amazing all the changes been going through, and so just it's a great feeling to be part of this change itself.
For me, the most challenging thing it was adapting myself to the culture, because for us, our culture is completely different than this one. But I like it. At the beginning, it was difficult, but I got used to it. So now I know how to move around, what to say. For example, shaking hands. In Argentina, we used to do it all the time when we meet someone. Here, some people might like it, some might not. So it's better if we say just hello.
Yeah, it's also, for us, it's like, you have to get used to like the way you address someone and the distance and shaking hands or not. Also when we hold hands, if we walk together or not. So it's just things that you need to adjust, you know. Cultures are different, it's just fine. It's just only that we are used to different things and you need to be aware of those kind of things.
And at the beginning it can be awkward, an awkward situation, but later you realize that you are adding new stuff to your life. Actually, you are getting used to new things and the experience becomes richer and richer.
Bienvenidos, hola, welcome to our Argentinian house in Qatar. Thanks for being here with us. And hopefully you guys are going to enjoy our Argentinian empanadas as well. So we got a special visitor, Fernando, who used to live in Qatar, and he's just on his way to Japan now. And anyway, so Nando, what do you think of?
Nice to see you
he
again.
wants to say something else.
At least for a couple of days.
It's nice to be back. It's been a year, exactly a year since I left, and I missed this place.
Yeah.
I missed you guys, a lot of friends, many things about this place, and it's nice to be back.
So, so do you think, what do you miss the most of living in Qatar? Because now we are here, and you know, just like we see it every day. But then once you leave, probably there are a few things as in, I don't know. I think I'm gonna miss the food whenever I leave.
I miss the food. The Arabic food is excellent, and you don't find it in Buenos Aires. And also the social life, I would say friends, and you know, it's different here. It's like an expat community. It's very easy to make friends.
Yeah.
Today I was visiting ex-colleagues from work and you guys and other friends. I had many Italian friends. I was working in an Italian company before. So it's nice to see them all again. Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes what we think is that after, when you leave this place, when you go back home or you go somewhere else, you know, sometimes you think of like different job opportunities, maybe like more doors that open up because you've been living here. And do you think that could be the case for you guys? I don't know, because I think that once I leave, if we decide to leave one day, you know, maybe we're gonna have like more opportunities because of this experience as in working in Qatar.
Yeah, for sure. If you have in your CV that you've been working abroad, it's always a plus for sure. Yeah. They look at that with good eyes. Yeah.
You think?
Also being exposed to a different culture, not only because you work with Qatari people, but you work with people from everywhere. Yeah. So that kind of exposure that you don't have it at home in Argentina, I think it makes you grow up a lot, and you definitely you profit from this experience in every sense, professional, personal, in developing your working skills in groups, trying to understand people, trying to get the best from everyone. When leading a team. You
need to interact with people that speak different languages and also work in a different kind of way. So, I don't know, it's a little bit hard and also very enriching. I think that just after you leave, you're pretty much ready to work pretty much in different environments and anywhere else.
I went back to Argentina, and I had already 2 friends from Argentina that had been living here. I met here, and now we keep seeing each other in Buenos Aires. And we live not far from each other, and it's good we meet. And also a few friends that were visiting Argentina. They were not from Argentina, but every time someone comes by, they give me a call. Yeah, and they say, let's meet, and I go out to drink something recently with a Spanish guy.
Yes, especially you being from Buenos Aires.
Yeah, a lot of people go through Buenos Aires. Yes. So it's good to have friendships from other countries.
Yes,
and now,
of course.
Yeah, now for me coming here, and if I go to Europe, I know I have friends in Europe as well that I met here in Qatar.
Yes.
So
yeah, you know, it's also a kind of a weird idea to think of, and it just. Because we all come from different places in Argentina. We all come from different cities anyway. But then we all meet here. It's just otherwise, because if we were in Argentina, we wouldn't meet, probably.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But it's a good thing to go back and then you say, your Qatari friends now, or actually Argentina friends from Qatar. Then you continue that friendship in Argentina. That's something that I don't know. It's great for us to think of. You know.
Not only we met here, but we spend so much time together because we are all without our family, with our fathers, our parents, our grandparents, our uncles and aunts, our cousins are not here. So we are almost on our own, and we have each other. We met during the week. Of course, during the weekends, we spend so much time together.
When a close friend is leaving, you start considering even to leave the country because part of your family is leaving.
You feel so sad.
You feel like it happened to us. Like, should we leave now that our friends are leaving?
Now that Nando left, what are we going to do?
No more parties here.
If you leave and go back to Argentina, you know you have already part of your family there.
I still remember his goodbye party, his goodbye dinner in the Gate Mall.
Yeah.
It was so crowded.
Anyway, we just want to say thank you guys for sharing this dinner with us, and hopefully we're going to meet again. Well, we continue to see each other here anyway, but I mean, eventually.
We will have party tomorrow.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
They will eat our leftovers.
Yeah. But anyway, in Argentina, maybe one day we can plan like a whole friendship gathering with us and maybe other friends that used to live in Qatar, and that would be great to share our experiences living in Qatar, but this time meeting in Argentina. That would be amazing.
We won't be Argentinians in Qatar, we will be like Qatari friends in Argentina.
Yeah, in Argentina. That would be great. Okay, gracias.